Okay, so this is my sort of first 200 kilo squat sort of post rowing. I'm just going to talk through the session and what some of the mistakes I made in the training building up to it, as well as actually in the session itself. So sort of had a decent warm up, had a bit of a pulse raiser at the start, and then built up 100, 120, 140, 160, 170, 180, and then 190, which I've just done here, and came up super quick. So quick that I was just like, actually quite surprised. So I thought, all right, I'm just gonna go for it, 200 is on. Went for it, didn't really time the bottom very well, and actually missed the lift. But I thought 190 came up so well, I just got to give this another go. So I actually re-warmed up. This is 190 again, and actually doesn't come up quite as well, but still pretty well. You know, I still had a good feeling after this lift. And then went to 195 instead of 200. So my PB before this was 192.5. So it's probably just needed to bridge that gap a little bit more, as a 7.5 kilo jump is still quite a big sort of jump for a personal best. So this is 195, a bit of a sticking point, but still came up pretty well. And I just had a really good psych up, made sure I was thinking about my technique when I was coming down, not coming down too quick, and really timing that small little bounce at the bottom of the squat, and then really pushing through that sticking point. So having a good brace, good deep breath in, and really confident, and really pushing through that sticking point, thinking about knees forward, using the quads, and got it. So yeah, really happy to get this lift. So yeah, a couple of mistakes during the session, but got there in the end. So yeah, now let's talk about sort of a few of the mistakes I made whilst kind of building up to this. So to start with, I had a really huge sort of volume stage where I actually wanted to build up to a 200 reps on 100 kilos in one session. Something I definitely didn't need to do in order to hit this lift, but a session that I just wanted to try and complete. And then I did the Smolov program, but instead of doing it 3 times a week, I did it 4 times a week. Basically, I thought, seeing as I'm coming from such a high volume background in terms of rowing, and I did do a lot of squat volume whilst I was an athlete rowing, I'd be fine to do 4 sessions a week when I'm used to sort of doing, up to 15 sessions a week. But this is definitely not the case. If you watch any of the sort of squat university videos by Aaron, your tendons are basically almost like muscles, and you need to allow that tendon to get stronger as well. And even though the smaller cycle did get my squat up from I think 160 to 192, my knees were pretty fucked, and I had to let them recover quite a long time. I still actually have issues with them to this day, but I have to manage them. But I had a much smarter program leading into this 200 kilo squat, where I still had some volume at the start, sort of 8s and 10s, building up to that pretty significantly quickly, and then tapering down quite aggressively into sort of your classic 5x5. I think that got up to 175. I think it was 170. And then into some sets of 3s. So I managed to 5 sets of 3 on 180, which was really good session. And I felt really confident going for that single at 200. I think a couple of weeks later, and then hit that 200 kilo squat. So yeah, let me know if you found this video entertaining, if you liked it, and just let me know what you think if you'd like more of this type of video. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.